Alright guys, Dashy Scrappy again. I hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. The professional COD scene is seemingly in crisis, with multiple AR players hitting up a group chat last night to try and figure out what they're going to do after these major MCW nerfs that have just come through. They believe the rifle is now way too overpowered with respect to the rifle, and there needs to be serious changes ASAP to fix the meta, otherwise it's going to be absolutely SMG dominated. Would that actually be the worst thing in the world? What are they going to do about it? Very much interested your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new, as always, I greatly appreciate it. This is just such a great picture of Krim winning after his World Championship win roughly 10 years ago now. Crazy to think about because it just sums up, I would say, that era rather well. But we've got to discuss some Rostermania stuff as well, because Miami Heretics, they are looking to potentially make a roster change or two. Well, I guess there's only one they can make. Real in for someone, but who's he in for? That's the question. So according to, I think even Vikul said this, yeah, that they're trialing Real in scrims. They're going to play around with a few things, Heretics. So you've got to think that their practice that they've had with ErikBooM over the last few days can't have been great if they're now putting Real in. And arguably, the change they made earlier in the season, minus JurNii plus ErikBooM, that could have been a mistake in hindsight. They did look okay online in the first couple of, or the last couple of games they played of the stage, but then they went to LAN and won another 0 maps. So not great. And yeah, so one scrim had Erik and Real, the other had Vikul and Real. So yeah, I guess we'll see what they end up doing, but it seems like MettalZ and Lucky probably, you know, in a safe position, maybe understandably given their roles, and it's going to be Real +1, the potential situation between either Vikul and ErikBooM, depending how that goes. Also, this from JKL, I don't really know what the reason behind this is, but we can only speculate, as we did yesterday, that it's probably Seattle Surge related, because as JKL says, iLLeY was absolutely a target for the team. It was considered to be that, like, was a dead cert effectively to happen. No changes on the standee front. We talked it yesterday in quite some depth about what that could mean to the pacing of the team, but as JKL says, there is now a near 0 chance of Rocker signing iLLeY, and they're going to get Gunless instead. Unclear what changed, because all signs pointed towards iLLeY being a dead cert, so yeah, unclear a little bit whether it was anything in the trials they ran with iLLeY that were untenable, or whether it's simply another classic Seattle Surge situation where they can't organise and negotiate a buyout to save their life. So that may be affecting iLLeY. It seems like it probably is. He's not going to be on Rocker as it stands, which is unfortunate. Gunless back in the league, sure, that is an exciting prospect, and maybe iLLeY can get a chance on Surge again from some point from now to the end of the season. I think they certainly need him. Whether they bring him back, of course, is another question. We also got this, though, from JurNii, confirming officially his retirement from professional play. JurNii, honestly, a great player, probably an underrated player, I would say, throughout his career. Really did a job for many of these teams that he was on. And I always thought with JurNii, his numbers might not have looked great, but if you ever watched his POV when he actually played, like, this guy was really nice on the 6. I was always like, I looked at the scoreboard and he was like 18 and 20, and I'm like, how is this guy 18 and 20? This guy looks like he's frying when you go to watch him. But yeah, JurNii says, good 9 years competing. Wanted to thank everyone who I had the pleasure to work with over the years. He's now stepping, of course, into that coaching situation on the team after, you know, it was also kind of cool because they just won recently, right, in challenges. They've been grinding for years, Boston Academy, and the Doug iterations of the team never quite got that success. And they won that recent tournament in challenges just before the event in Miami. So, you know, congrats to JurNii on a great career, and hopefully it's going to work out for those guys on the team they're now forming, because, well, here we go. We've got Den's going to meet with the boys, and people were actually, like, joking about this as if they thought that Den's had deliberately snubbed Beans on the handshake here and there, if it was like friendship cheese or something. Anyway, here's Beans. This is Zed, of course, and then we have JurNii that comes along as well here in the end with, of course, Den's the GM. So hopefully Boston can turn it around. They've got plenty of guys over there to try and make that happen. Whether I'm fully convinced their roster is the right one, well, I'm not. And, you know, time will tell whether that's the correct opinion or not. Other Rostermania stuff here from Donny Temp. So as he says, I think this got deleted though. Free agent for challenges. I left my old team for a team that lasted 3 scrims. So it's a bit of a mess, really. He was teaming with Spart and ProLoot, but then, well, I think basically they couldn't find a 4th or something. But now Neptune is actually wanting to come back. So Halo player, came to COD, was in the league for a couple of years, then kind of retired, went back to Halo, now he's back to COD. A bit of a mess, really. But Neptune's still a talented player. We've seen it before in the league. So potentially Neptune with Spart and ProLoot, and I don't know, maybe Donny Temp can come back over there. I don't really know. It's a bit of a mess. It's challenges. It's a bit of a mess. Speaking of Donny Temp, though, here he is reacting, according to JP Krez, to the new Skid Row, because Skid Row Hardpoint, they changed the spawns quite a while ago now, but the pros are only just starting to play on them, and the general perception is they probably got worse, if anything. So the feeling is, alright, we've got to do something with this map pool. Assault says that 6-star is, straight fire, get it in ASAP. Other pros disagree, but many pros think that departures could be good. The problem is, some of them don't want to practice it. And this is why, every time we discuss this, I will maintain my opinion that the pros should not be the ones deciding. They get paid a lot of money every year, a lot of them do at the very least, and are they too lazy to test new maps? Yes, but in some part, should it be their job to decide and choose the map set and all these things? Maybe it is, and well, it is at the moment. I don't think that should be the case though. In my ideal COD League world, we've got some sort of committee or commission, whatever you want to say, of former pros, maybe 1 or 2 current pros as well, but the likes of TP, Parasite, maybe chuck Nature in there, I don't know, something like this. Get those guys together, they are in close communication with the developers, and they are the ones that decide what map pool is played. In many esports, in proper esports, the pros don't choose what maps they play. It is merely decided by the developers, the people that run the league, and those that are in the know. And maybe they won't make the best decisions, but you won't get all this politics cheese that you currently get when it comes down to which maps are in or not. So anyways, EasyMac says, hopefully Departures, Tanked and 6-star, because also this new map Tanked is arguably better than 6-star in some ways. I've practiced in all modes. I know they aren't being right now, but I'm hoping that we get the best map pool for the rest of the season, because Vista has been tested, and Vista is coming in, even though I would say Vista probably isn't as good as at least some of these maps, as yeah, that's what Parasite says. Departures is better than Vista. Tanked might be too open for respawn, and I think Control and Hardpoint on 6-star could be good if they move the water hill. The water hill is a bit cheese. Certainly the staircases in the water, it's a bit of a mess. Yeah, I think really they should have just not put a water hill in, because I think anybody knew that the pros were going to complain about that, and apparently they have said that they're willing to move it, but by the time they do, is the season, the stage back underway? Probably yes. But anyways, Kenny says, apparently Departures. Now, Kenny's a bit of a Departures lover. He likes this map, and I think it's good as well. But as Kenny says, apparently it won't even be tested, because the pros are basically too lazy, right? I don't even know. Now, others disagree. aBeZy here from FaZe says, yeah, Departures better than Vista is faded. You guys have no idea what you're talking about. Vista clears. So the pros can't seem to agree on basically anything, and especially when it comes down to the weapon meta we'll see in a second. But sources say that Invasion Hardpoint is gone and Vista Hardpoint is in. So yeah, rest in piss Invasion, to be honest. Hopefully Control, I would love to see Departures Control in for Invasion Control, or even in for High-Rise Control. Either is fine with me. But Invasion Hardpoint gone, I will be there for the funeral, because yeah, not a big fan of that one. To be honest though, there is an argument that either Sub-Base or Skid Row in current iterations are worse than Invasion, but I must admit I'm kind of glad that it is gone. But the issue then came down to the weapon meta, because the MCW has been nerfed. I actually thought yesterday that maybe if you hit 3 or 4 headshots, it could still be a 4-hit kill, but it's not. Even if you hit 4 headshots, it's still a 5-shot kill now. So the MCW has been substantially nerfed, and the rival is, also got slightly worse with the nerfs, but there are other SMGs that are good as well. So this is what Kenny is saying, that the WSP Swarm, that is a very strong SMG right now that the pros are seemingly using. Now, when the BP50 came along, that was G8 immediately. So, interestingly enough, the pros do not seem to have immediately got rid of the Swarm, and all of a sudden now, the SMGs are loving life. Because the MCW is substantially worse, and the rival is still very strong, doesn't feel that much different, and as Parasite says, if pros are interested and active, I'll throw up $1,000 of my own money for pros to test new maps and weapons in 8, no rival or Swarm allowed. BP50 might be OP, MCW, the Ram 9, the HRM9 weapons are all allowed, and that's what he tries to go forward with actually, and we see this here from Exclusive Ace, looking at some of the testing here, comparing the time to kill and the comparisons between these various guns, and trying out the Ram 9, trying out these other weapons to see if there is a better weapon meta than we presently have. So wanted to share a few minutes of clips here really from mainly Dashy's stream. Various guys, mostly ARs, as you will hear on the call, maybe Pred was in there as well, but basically all AR players discussing why they are so hard done by, and the AR's so weak now, and the SMGs run things, and there needs to be serious changes. They're discussing what they want to change. The implication is probably GA the rival, or at least do something to allow the ARs to be more powerful.
These maps are colorful, and then we think they're good because they're just a little more color? A little more color than Invasion?
I'm actually curious. Wait, here, I'll start with Scrap. You think 6-star is good?
6-star? Dude, it's actually not terrible until the fucking water hill. Bro, what? You ever going mid map?
Yeah, no.
Have you got the club live?
Bro, it's better than the fucking maps we play now,
so many
bro.
little corners and shit.
Bro, all right. By the way, no maps that's came in or in right now is good at all. They're all dog shit.
Rio's
They're all
alright.
dog shit.
Rio's alright.
Who's not answering in the GA chat?
Rio's alright. Exactly. Rio's alright.
It's not good. It's alright.
But, like they're better than the maps.
What
that,
about
like,
Vista? Do we
play.
actually like Vista?
This is
I think
horrible. Why have we tried the Departures, gentlemen?
I think Vista is literally the worst shit.
It's better than
I agree,
Invasion.
I agree,
Invasion
I agree.
had
That
to
map
go.
is
Invasion
awful.
had to
Vista
go.
is
Invasion
awful.
had
Yeah,
to
but
go.
why are we doing it for Vista? It should be like Departures. We should try at least playing that.
This guy goes to Departure.
Vista is horrible too.
Departure.
Vista is horrible.
Departure's his ass.
You think Vista's ass? Play in Departures, bro.
They're both.
AR Crisis dead ass, bro.
I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of spawning in and then getting fucking sent to space from any range. Any fucking range.
It's so bad. I think my controller's broken.
Yeah, like I'm literally, I never do this. I'm going into my attachments thinking, is Bulleted it? Is it Phantom? What the fuck is it? Maybe it's my, wait.
What?
It's not.
Yo, listen.
There's no way, y'all. There's no way that it's that bad, right?
Fam,
They're cross mapping every life.
I'm gonna give
like
you
they
two
do.
scenarios. Look, I am top third Karachi. CleanX is white truck beef.
He's in the chat. He knows, bro.
Ever. I got first bullet.
It don't matter.
Holding an iron. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay, you know what? All right, fine.
You should have
Good shots, right? Or whatever, good shots. We load up on real HP. Brezzy. Bro,
Brezzy.
P1, after I get a first wave, you go P5 sets, bro. You
Wait,
go
nah, I just made sure. I didn't actually hear.
I'm pre-aiming.
Didn't hear it.
I'm pre-aiming a P3 back door, not the close back door, the deep left back door.
Deep.
I see him running through the P3 window.
Talk to me.
I'm looking. Don't miss a bullet. I get every single hit marker. I shoot him before he shoots me, and I still die.
But you can't
That's
melt
not-
anyone
that's
because you
not-
gotta say it's Fugazi Haggy. Those
No,
those
no,
underbarrels
it's not
are
stock.
dog shit. It literally makes your fucking red dot bob, even if you have marksman or anything
yeah,
on.
I mean,
it's literally bobbing and you're missing bullets. So for me to strafe, I
Well,
have
yeah,
to
of
have
course.
random ghost bullets to
No,
strafe.
you can use that, but that's why the
Are you
BP50.
sure, bro? Are you
that's
sure
why.
it's like that, bro? Like, bro, there's no way it's this rival heavy right now. There's
But
no
that's
way.
why the
bro.
BP. But that's why the BP50 is good because
Bro, is it actually fucking three? What is
It's
it?
bad.
Three rivals? It's
I'm
three?
like, listen, I didn't even scrim one of the top 4 teams today, Tom, and I'm getting chow cross map with ease. It's not even. It's like I'm like thinking I'm shit. Like holy shit, do I have to shoot bots?
put the DR6.
I thought I was already warmed up, Tom.
If you're not behind cover, they have a really good chance to kill you, no matter what the range.
No, AR should be allowed to snake or something. Like we need to get.
Bullshit. If you're not behind cover, they have like a really.
Like, we need some type of advantage. Like I'm.
Bring back snaking, we can do that
We
as
said
well.
we should
Do
be
that
allowed
as
to
well.
snake out.
Holy shit, sub players want everything. They want the fucking mag. They want the beam. Want the AR to be shit. Want the shotgun. They want the movement. All the fucking guys want everything. Fucking have a. Guys, you know when you make a subclass, sub players, there's supposed to be a flaw here and there. You know what I mean? Ah, damn, this class is gonna be fast as fuck, but I can't really beam with it. Can't just have everything. Okay, I'm inviting Haggy. Haggy's losing his fucking mind. Hold up. Dude, what the fuck is this gun, dude? I'm snaking if this gun's in the game, I promise you. I think all ARs should be allowed to snake if this gun's allowed. Only ARs. I need to know how dog shit they are.
What, bro?
It's so dog shit.
My team was losing for me today. I'm like, the fuck sub needs another nerf.
The sub, yeah, it got nerfed for sure, man. For sure.
Like,
It's a fake
bro,
nerf every
we're
time.
Nerfing both of them. It's the same thing. Like,
It's
what's the
not.
point?
No. But the only difference between the AR and the sub getting nerfed is that the AR already got nerfed 4 other times before that. So it's like, this is the 5th nerf, you know what I mean?
Damn, son. I can't even get rewarded for hitting headshots.
Oh my god, you could hit 4. You could legit hit 4 now and it doesn't do anything. I get making it like, if you hit 1 headshot, 3 bodies, maybe add a couple more headshots, but like 4
Exactly.
to the fucking head, the guy should
You're
drop.
dead. I'm pretty sure you die.
So it was described there as a crisis, really, within the ARs to try and figure out what is going on here. But let's be real. If they kept the status quo as it is, yes, the MCW is now worse, and I think the Rifle is the stronger weapon as it stands. But if everything stayed as it is, 2-weapon meta, MCW and Rifle, and even throwing the Swarm as well, would you see all SMGs on the map? No. You're still going to see ARs in play. The MCW is still going to be used on certain situations, and I think that every team will at least run one MCW per map they play on. There will no longer be, probably, 2 to certainly 3 in these situations. So all of a sudden, if the meta stays as it is, as a biased viewer, I prefer watching SMGs than ARs. What's more fun to watch? 8 rivals on the map or 8 MCWs? Like, I think the answer is relatively obvious. The most fun to watch is a good balance of the both, I believe. But what is the best balance? Is the best balance 2-2, or is the best balance either 2-2 or 3-1? That's what I prefer. And over the last few years, these flex players, that we still call flex players, because back in games like MW19 and even World War II, they actually did have to flex. There was a choice between using an AR or an SMG. The last couple of years, the flex player is basically just a second AR. I would love to see a world in which, let's say back in World War II, when Gunless was pretty unanimously the best flex player in the game, he was great with a bar, great with an STG, phenomenal with a PPSH as well. Those players could shine because they could do it effectively on both roles. Even the same for a guy like Awakening, you can argue, back in MW19 when he first came into the scene, he was picking up both guns and absolutely frying with them. That's what I'd like to see again. I'd like to see flex players actually be flex players and change between a rival and MCW depending on the situation. The AR seem to believe the gun is way too weak now, although I'm sure the SMG players disagree with that assessment themselves. There's even an argument here from accuracy, bring back the Holger, right? The weapon that was so strong at the start of the game that it had to be banned. Accuracy's now saying, well, if we brought that gun back, that would give us a chance. So, look, I'm open to interpretation on this one. Like, I think the pros GA stuff too readily and are sometimes too lazy to test new maps, I think, as we've seen over the previous couple of minutes. But if they do allow, the Swarms allow, the Rivals allow, the MCW, the Holger, whatever. Maybe the Holger's too strong, I don't know. But this might be changes that are apparently trying to be made. So that is the feeling that the pros, basically today and last night, are going to do some testing, and they're going to come up with a decision in the relatively near future to try and resolve this crisis in some form or another. But very much interested in your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.